Welcome to Wrestlemania 37 Night 1. Now I'm going to be honest here before I even get started. Was I interested in this Wrestlemania? Sorry about that. Was I interested? Zero interest. I didn't see anything great coming out of Wrestlemania. I knew there would be good matches, but I just didn't have a really strong interest. Was this a good show? Yes. Was this a memorable show? In many cases, yes it was. Am I going to shit over it? No. Actually, I'm not. I'll say this. Was this overall a good pay-per-view? Yes. It did have issues. And one of the major issues was Peacock. If you didn't notice all the commercials that was being thrown into that damn thing, there was a huge amount of commercials that came out of Peacock. They wanted to show that this was Peacock, this is how they rolled, this is what you get. It's one of the things I'm glad I never had the WWE Network. This is what you get. But this show actually was good. Now, I don't know what's going to happen with Night 2, and I will be doing my review of that. But tonight, this was actually a good show. I'm not going to be super detailed. I'll try not to be super detailed because there's a lot here. But I am going to say that a lot went on that I did enjoy, I did agree with, and certain things I literally did not agree with. First thing, they had America the Beautiful. And we got this woman that's in my face, showing a lot of freaking cleavage that I loved. I don't remember what her name was. She was Reba something. I don't really keep up with music anymore. I used to keep up with music, particularly that I always liked, if you want to know what type of music I liked, and still do, I listen to European dance, house, and disco music. I was always different. I wasn't listening to American music. I was listening to music from Europe. Look for Head Candy music. That's the brand, Head Candy. Look for it. But anyway, American the Beautiful, sung by a woman that I don't recognize, showing a huge amount of cleavage. Nice. But then they had one small issue. Weather. They had to do a delay because there was some thunderstorms in the area and they couldn't take a chance of everything being lit up and powered up with the lightning possibly going to hit the place. So, had to wait. They did their best to try and keep everyone entertained until it was safe to actually go on with the show, which they did. First match, which I agree with, Bobby Lashley versus Drew McIntyre opened the show. It was the wisest thing to do. If they'd done this at the very end, would have been foolish. So opening the show was actually very good. They had Bobby facing Drew with the only member of the Hurt Business left of MPP. No Shelton Benjamin. No. I'm just saying, what was the point of breaking them up? I don't understand. What was the point of breaking away Cedric Alexander and Shelton Benjamin and they're not going to do anything? What was the point? Anyway, was this a good match? Yes, it was. I think this was one of the best Bobby Lashley matches I've ever seen from him. And understand, seen him when he was doing ECW and WWE. He wasn't very good there. I've seen him in Impact Wrestling and TNA before it was called that. He had some good matches, but never as memorable as this. Not because it was WrestleMania, it was because it was well done. He took three. How many did he take? Literally, he took. Taking 3 Future Shocks DDT. I'm sorry, I just yawned. This is a late time. 3 Future Shock DDTs. No Claymores, but took them flat out, and everything else that Drew could give was good. And he was mostly booed. And this is Bobby Lashley. And in the end, he won, which was the wisest thing to do. I'm saying this as a Drew McIntyre fan. I do love me Drew. Great guy. I do believe he should go back to the Sinister Scotsman status. Him being a bad guy and being the Sinister Scotsman. I think that is the best moniker he could ever have, better than the Great One. Or the Chosen One. But it made the best sense to keep the title on Bobby Lashley because you could bring back Brock Lesnar to challenge him, Or, as I do believe, Drew has had his moment. It didn't work well. He's gone through... Sorry, guys. It's late. I'm tired. He has gone through a lot. But the problem is that he really, they gave him bad feuds and bad moments before WrestleMania, and it just doesn't help him. Him not keeping the title is the wisest thing to do. I'm just saying. Now, Titus ONeil and Hulk Hogan were the ones who were the host. Now, I could have said this earlier, but I want to say this because there's going to be controversy about this, because a lot of people are still angry about Hulk Hogan talking about how he doesn't want a nigger dating or being with his daughter. That's what this was all about. And you could hear how most of the crowd acted during the time of the opening when Titus ONeil heated him up, but you really could tell Hulk Hogan could not continue it. It went from here with Titus to here to a little bit of here. Titus brought it back up a little bit, and then it just came here. That's just the way it is. For me personally, I've learned this. I am not Christian, but I have learned this. People make mistakes, and they can make up from them. But the problem is, in this society, no one cares about you really learning a lesson. They want to destroy you no matter what. If a person realizes they make a mistake, no matter what in this society, they're never going to let you live it down, no matter what, because they're too oversensitive. I'm sorry, it's the truth. If he had killed somebody like Jimmy Snuka, that is very difficult to make up for, particularly that someone saved his ass. But for a Terry, a Hulk Hogan, he could have been easily understood, and people didn't have to hate him so much, but people keep grudges because they're oversensitive. I'm just saying, this is just coming from a half black, half Puerto Rican, well, half black, Indian, possibly Chinese, Puerto Rican, who should be insulted but is not, because I understand people can change. I had to say. Now, the tag turmoil match, which honestly, this is one of the matches I didn't care that much about. Look, I love me Naomi. I was happy to see Naomi. I was happy to see the Riott Squad, who should have won the match. Mandy Rose walking down the... I don't know who tripped, because I was writing notes as either Mandy or Brooke. I don't know if it was Dana who tripped or was slipping around, or it was Mandy. I don't know which one. But one of them was slipping because of the wet... let's just say they're going to be remembering that little trip a little bit for years to come, going down the ramp. That's the truth. But you have Tamina and Natalya going up against Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler night 2. Do I believe it's going to be a good match? No. Do I want to see them there? No. And understand, I care about Tamina because she's never given a fair shake. And wherever anybody says, you've seen people who have way less ability than her get the damn title. And it wasn't because they have better charisma. It's because they have better tits and ass. I'm saying the truth because you guys know I'm not lying. So I've always thought Tamina should have also gotten a very short reign, even if it was 2 months for that damn title. But let's be honest here. The ones who looked the best was the Riott Squad. I truly believe that Liv Morgan and Ruby Riott have been given the shaft for so many years. They should have been given this opportunity, and they should have gone to night 2 at WrestleMania. I do believe it would have been better with them. That's just me. I'm moving on. Now, I'm going to skip this one because the one I care about... No, I better do it because I should stay in sequence at least as much as possible. The match of the night for me. This is for me, guys. Understand the other matches were very good, particularly the closing of the show. But this one for me is the best match of the night. 100% Flat out, you guys can debate me, but to me, this means something. Cesaro versus Seth Rollins. You've had Cesaro there for 10 straight years, who should have gotten somewhere as the first inaugural Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal winner. He was the first and got nowhere, even when Brock Lesnar wasn't there and you had Paul Heyman by his side. He got nowhere. Yes, he did get somewhere once he started working with Sheamus. Yes. But as a singles competitor, he has gotten nowhere. This is the first time he's been given this opportunity to show how great he is. We've all known Cesaro for years. Big Tony, if you've seen Up, Up, Down, Down. Big Tony has always shown how great he is, but they never gave him anything. The IC title once, I think the US title once. I don't even remember, it's been so many years. Flat out, he's never gotten anywhere until today. And he showed his true ability to tell a story in the ring. It isn't just Seth, who's a great wrestler. He is better than Seth Rollins. If anybody thinks Seth is better than Cesaro, explain why. Because you could see how great a Cesaro, Big Tony, is. At one point, he was doing literally an airplane spin with Seth Rollins on his shoulders and not holding him. Unfortunately, the shot I got is a very bad one. I will put it here. But honestly, I wish I could have gotten a better shot. He has his arms to his hips, and he's spinning around his ass with him there. And he got so dizzy, he flew halfway across the ring himself once he let him go. He is such a glorious wrestler. I just never understood why Vince never pushed him. Now, after this, if Vince does nothing with Cesaro, honestly, because it's supposing he re-signed with the company, he wants to end his career there, I respect him for that. Honestly, he deserved better. And Vince is a total freaking moron for not accepting that now you truly see how great Cesaro is, how the fans who were very, very vocal throughout certain parts of this pay-per-view showed how they cared about him. So that's just me. You guys tell me below. Now, the match that clearly I would have rather seen, the triple threat, or was it a fatal four-way? I can't remember what was on WrestleMania for the tag teams, because I think it was three. It was what was it? Chad Gable and Otis with the I can't remember what Rude and Dolph Ziggler have been called, and the Street Profits. I'd rather have seen that than this, because yes, they put over Almost. Almost basically was a monster, because the majority of it you got AJ doing the work, and then Almost mopped up, and he destroyed them. He didn't even have to break a damn sweat. He didn't get hurt. He did not sell. He got, basically, you guys got to understand, a guy that size, taking to the chest, it's a lot to get that. And you know what I'm talking about, the type of move, because I'm blanking right now because I'm kind of tired. And a drop kick, there you go. You see, I'm tired right now. I've been up since 5 this morning. I've been working on my animation. I've been up since 5. So I'm sleepy. But honestly, guys, when you see this, when you see him take 2 drop kicks and he does not move, he gets kicked, he gets hit, no flinching, he's a monster. But to be honest, wouldn't it have been better to have a triple threat tag team from SmackDown be in this spot? I think it would have been better. That's just me, guys. Tell me below. And now AJ and Almost are now the tag team champions of Raw. There you go. Let's move on. The second match I really didn't care about. Did not care. Did not care. And this is Braun Strowman versus Shane McMahon. There was only one part I liked. And that's seeing Braun Strowman rip open the cage to get Shane McMahon back into the ring when he was outside. I have a shot of it in my face. I believe I do. That was all I cared about. Was it 100% a bad match? No. But this is about, mind you, this is about someone saying you're stupid. Really? Really? This was all stemming from Shane McMahon telling Braun Strowman that he's a stupid idiot. And Braun Strowman, at the end of that match says, this is all for you, for anyone who's called stupid. Sorry guys, don't care. I don't care. Not that it's not important to leave a message that saying people are stupid is wrong. But making a storyline out of it is so weak. It shows they didn't even write anything for this. Now, mind you, I want to say one thing about Shane McMahon. The guy is now 1 year older than me. He's 51. I will be 50 in July. The guy can still generally go in the ring. That's a good thing to see for a guy that's 51 years old. And normally guys are winding down their time in the ring. They're not fully active anymore. And yes, he does it once in a while, but it still shows he keeps himself in very good shape. I tip my hat to him. Now, the match that surprised me the most, not only by the quality of the match, but by how intense the fans were invested in it. Because I didn't think this was going to be good at all. Bad Bunny and Damien Priest versus Miz and Morrison. The bunnies that went into the ring before Miz and Morrison came in, I'm going like, really? Is Bad Bunny and Priest going to be amongst them? That's what I thought at first. But it didn't show up. Priest came in. He looked good. But then Bad Bunny on top of a freaking semi. And they filmed it beforehand. And you could see him on top of it in my face. I thought, oh, here we go. Is this going to be like all the other type of people who came that are celebrities that didn't really try to train and try to make it look good? Really. Arquette all over again. And I'm not saying Arquette was a bad wrestler either, but he was not great. But you got Bad Bunny going in the ring, doing a very good job. I was impressed. Of course, he started out very slow and looked like he didn't know what he was doing, but as time went on, he did build up into it. The Miz, you may say a lot about The Miz. You may not like The Miz. You may think The Miz is nothing but a bitch. He sucks as a wrestler. He sucks in his character. He sucks when it comes to being a really good heel. These days, of course. But when it's time to really try and make it mean something, he can do it still. And he made Bad Bunny mean something. At one point, Bad Bunny jumped off the top turnbuckle, and you see him in my... I know I got that shot. If I don't got it, I'm so angry. He's in my face, spread eagle, waiting for someone to catch him, and he does it clean. He does a clean jump. And he pins The Miz. Was this a bad match? It was way better than I thought it was going to be. Flat out, I didn't expect it. I didn't believe in it. But it was great for what it was. A celebrity who actually took being in the ring very seriously. It was like when it came to Adam Cole with McAfee. You didn't think he was going to be good in the ring, but he did do a good job in the ring. And you look at Bad Bunny, the same damn thing. I tip my hat to him as well. Finally, the last match of the night. And this was memorable because when you saw what happened with Kofi Kingston and his moment in WrestleMania, winning the damn title, they never made it as apparent as they did here. They showed that two black women. That's what Cole said. I have to read it again. I got to remind myself. He said two black women for the first time headlining WrestleMania. Historic. And it was. Two women. One who's been there before and another one who's up and coming. And you could see the emotion pouring out of Bianca Belair's face. She was literally about to cry. And of course, Sasha is Sasha. She was very professional. She kept in character. But Bianca was not. And that made it even more special for the match itself. Match was way better than I expected. Now, I'm going to say this truthfully. Was the story leading up into this good? No, because they ruined it by making them tag too much and making it stupid before that. But this was a damn good match. It was very good. At one point before it ended, you got Sasha constantly grabbing Bianca Belair's hair, which I always wondered, when was someone going to start doing that with Bianca Belair? Because that hair is down beyond her ass. It's beyond her ass, almost near her knees. And she has never seen anybody just grab it and try and use it against her, unless they've been doing it in NXT. Since I have been watching, I don't know they've been doing it. But seeing it on a pay-per-view, I don't think that's been done. So seeing that Sasha was doing everything she could to get control was what's supposed to happen. And at one point, Sasha pulled that hair just enough that Bianca said, "Leave my damn hair alone," grabs that hair. And I was thinking well before that, at least a good 5 or 10 minutes before, no, 10 or 15 minutes before that, when is she going to use that damn hair as a whip again? Because she used it during basically the Mae Young Classic. And what happened? She did. And here's the shot in my face of when and this is Sasha getting it on her side. She's got a nasty welt. That hair basically broke the sound barrier. And if you think I'm joking, I'm not. For hair or a whip to make the crack sound, it's got to be accelerated fast enough to break the sound barrier. And you think it can't happen? It can. That's how it makes that sound. And in this situation, even if it didn't hit the sound barrier, it was fast enough that it gave her a freaking welt. And now, Bianca Belair is champion. She is now the SmackDown Women's Champion. The be-all, end-all, the strongest, the fastest, the coolest, the best of WWE. Now, I got to say this about that match. Did I believe she wasn't going to win? No. I knew Bianca was going to win because Sasha had to lose. She has done nothing with the title. And that hurts me personally. I really like Mercedes. I think she's an amazing person. I wish I was younger and she wasn't married. I would ask her to marry me because she's really sweet. But taking away that I think she's a beautiful woman, taking away I think that she's a great wrestler and she can do a great character, she's done nothing with the title. So dropping it was the wisest thing to do. Do I agree with all the booking that was done in the show? No. The Riott Squad should have won and should be going to night 2, not Tamina and not Natalya. And understand, I still care about Tamina. She deserves a damn title. But at this moment, she didn't. I'm just being honest. But this was a good pay-per-view. Actually, a great pay-per-view. It had flaws in it. And I know that people are going to say it was the best pay-per-view ever seen. No, it was not. It was a damn good pay-per-view. But it wasn't the greatest one I've ever seen. But I was fine with it. The fans were loud. The production value was top-notch. Camera work was done well. Booking, easily questionable. And you know what I'm talking about. I just don't agree with it, with all of it. But still, it was damn good. And this is my review of WrestleMania 37 Night 1. Give me a comment below. Sorry I yawned. I was tired. I have been up since 5 in the morning. I've been trying to work on my animation. If you don't know, I do animation on another channel. And I'm trying to reorganize it. Hopefully it doesn't look like garbage. Have a good day. Have a good night. Peace.